Alrighty, folks, we're getting ready for the next race here tonight, the Sigma Bridge to Cup Series from Fontana. And it's going to be a good one, folks. There's a little bit of drama, a little bit of motorsports politics that played out over the last past week or so. And so now you're going to see two drivers racing for Willow Racing. Willow Blake currently your pole setter alongside her new teammate there, Shy Turtle, in the number 99 machine. So they both lock out the front row here tonight in Fontana. You look back behind that, you've got Snake Plissken and Joey Johnson, followed by Lefty Turner and Santi Messi, Sebastian Galloway Jr. and Alex Sanvital, Jonah Burridge and Andrew Moger, Philip Purpura and Billy Lovejoy, Campbell Marsh and Chase Kovacic, Krista Cower and Ralph Oberstadt, Ryan White and Trevor Vaden with Jack Davis and Tim Morse. Next row back, you've got Adam Starr and Alan Malcolm, Justin Day2 and Cannon Gage, Kat Durham and Silent Amethyst, Timothy Buchanan with Sarah Taylor, Jason So with Finley Herwig, Ryan Little and Kyler Sestre, followed by Cam Jordan and Jeffrey Gerald. And then, of course, the absence of Shy Turtle in the 00 means that Eli the Wolf is going to be piloting his own car here tonight in the Canadian Racers 00 car, starting tail end of the field. But it is a Willow Racing lockout of the front row. Willow Blake unfortunately had a tough break at Dover, led so many laps and had a mechanical failure knock her out. And you can see the power plants, they don't travel too far. Shy Turtle, the 99 machine, seems to have just as fast a race car as Willow Blake does in the 67. The Grasshopper meets the Sensei, I guess you could look at it, or the Turtle meets the Blake. Here we go tonight for 125 laps, 250 miles distance. Fontana never disappoints. We're always going to have a great race here at Fontana. 4-5 wide is not out of the ordinary. Green flag waves and we're off and rolling here tonight. Snake Plissken trying to find a spot to move around the 67, but there you go, 3-4 wide already, going through turn one. This race tends to be a nasty one when it comes to wrecks, so it's best to be up front and try to avoid those wrecks at all costs. We'll see how everyone fares here tonight. Willow Blake's going to lead the first lap here, and Snake Plissken right there behind her. Gets back down to our two drivers that have won pretty much already this season. Willow Blake leading, Snake Plissken in third. Campbell Marsh, of course, had 2 wins, but it was Joey Johnson that came home victorious at Dover. His real-life counterpart, Jimmy Johnson, often very successful at Dover as well. Here comes Shy Turtle with that Willow Racing Cadillac engine under his hood. He's putting it to the boss. She's going to have her hands full here tonight trying to keep Shy Turtle behind her. I feel like this could be a deadly duo for sure. Look at that, the 95 of Sebastian Galloway Jr. He's proven that he's no fluke this year. He's fighting for the wins. He's had some tough breaks, and here comes Snake Plissken. He drops 3 lanes of traffic to go low on Shy Turtle here. Shy Turtle led that lap, Campbell Marsh fastest lap now. Lap changing for fastest lap tally. And Shy Turtle's going to block the run of the 81. But not for long. The 81 charges back on the inside. Looks like Snake Plissken will lead lap number 5 here tonight. These drivers are just getting the feel. They're kind of getting their shakeout laps in here. What they've got underneath the seat. Well, look at Sebastian Galloway Jr. looking to try and take the lead away. Yeah, sorry, I didn't get the new paint scheme put together, but we will figure out an opportunity to unveil that new paint scheme for the 95 Pontiac. Dogecoin has definitely been flying high, flying wide. Unfortunately, Sebastian did not lead that lap. It was Snake Plissken at the line. But here comes Galloway. But currently your points leader is Lefty Turner, and you can see that Kubota Chevrolet not too far back. He is your points leader. He's just been killing it with consistency. 2 top 5s, 3 top 10s. That's kind of the recipe for success this year, is to try and have 2 top 5s, 3 top 10s at this point where we've only had 5 races. Sebastian Galloway's only had 1 top 5, 3 top 10s, and only 1 DNF. And it's been still good enough for him to sit 3rd in the points. So, look at the ebb and flow. A couple drivers slicing and dicing up and down the track. Shy looks low, but Willow already had that inside line. Kind of singled out at the front of the field for now, as Sebastian Galloway Jr. gets to kind of hold a comfortable lead here for now over Snake Plissken. Joey Johnson working his way up to 3rd. With this race being 125 laps, I think we're going to see at least 3 to 4 pit stops here tonight. We'll see if that comes under caution or during green flag runs. The ARCA race tonight went caution-free at Atlanta, so it'd be wild if this one went caution-free as well. Green flag pit stops would really get weird here at Fontana. Santi Messi with the fastest lap. That would be the 84 machine, the BMW. Kind of the baby blue one at the back of the camera there. Jersey Mike's BMW. We've definitely settled into a follow the leader trench right now. This could be one of the most wild turnarounds that we've seen in Sigma Bridge to Cup racing ever. Shy Turtle, let's put this into perspective. That 99 machine up front in the top 5 already. And prior to tonight, he was sitting 27th in the points in his first 5 starts. His best finish was a 6th at Daytona for all Canadian racers, but he had a 32nd, a 33rd, a 28th, and an 18th. So amazingly enough, a resounding return to form for Shy Turtle. He's victorious in the Truck Series. He has 1 win for Al Bunch Incorporated. which is kind of a conflict of interest here after joining Willow Blake's team. But nonetheless, great power. These Cadillacs are going to be strong. Anyone would be salivating at the opportunity to hop in one of these Cadillacs. Willow Blake turned the fastest lap, so go ahead and hand over that plaque to the 67 machine for now, as she turned the quickest lap. She's running in 5th there, just kind of hanging out in the background, not minding much. Man, dude, I honestly did not anticipate or know what to expect with Snake Plissken's jump to the Bridge to Cup Series after we saw his dominance in ARCA. Well, it really does feel like he carried that momentum from ARCA up here into the Bridge to Cup Series. Would be kind of crazy if Pontiac makes the return up into the Cup Series. If they get enough success down here in Bridge to Cup and the lower series, who knows, you know? Infinite possibilities. Imagination is has no bounds, so we'll see. But totally a kind of a wild, unique situation here to see Pontiac running so strong. The extinct, no longer operable manufacturer based off GM and Chevrolet. Pontiac with that 95 of Sebastian Galloway Jr. really bouncing back to relevancy. And for Sebastian, he's been in a situation like this earlier this year, leading laps. I think he ended up leading most laps at Portland and unfortunately got knocked out of that race with lap traffic, getting wrecked out. So sometimes treading on glass here, you don't want to be repeating past mistakes. But man, it has been kind of a breath of fresh air to see some new names that we don't often see up front in these Bridge to Cup races. And Sebastian Galloway Jr. is definitely one of those surprising drivers. Snake Plissken, of course, his ARCA dominance cannot be undermined. Well, Al Bunch Incorporated decided to keep him moving up the ladder. What's wild, though, is that Al Bunch himself has been struggling in the Cup Series this year. So is he pouring too much time and resources into his lower classes, into Bridge to Cup, into the trucks and whatnot, that his actual Cup focus is greatly affected? Could be a factor, you never know. But it is kind of crazy that when his team is doing really good and he's struggling to even get a top 20, that's a very unique situation that we've never seen out of Al Bunch before. So we've kind of gotten into the follow the leader lull here tonight in Fontana. 18 laps strong for the 95. I think he's led about 14 of them. Well, correction, 11. Make that 12 for the 95 machine. He's running strong up front, keeping the lead away for now. And it's a 7-car bundle at the front of the field. They broke away from 8th on back. Currently 8th place belongs to the 40 of Jonah Burridge. 41 of Alex Sanvital right behind him. Krista Cower and Philip Purpura. Philip Purpura currently the truck points leader, but he hasn't seen quite the same success here in Bridge to Cup. And then, of course, you've got Campbell Marsh, the other Al Bunch Incorporated entry, ABI has actually gotten wins with both their drivers this year. ABI has actually been kind of the cream of the crop when it comes to Bridge to Cup this year. Snake Plissken with a win, and of course Campbell Marsh, the first 2 wins of the season here in Bridge to Cup. Behind that, you've got the Jacob Schengle Racing Hyundai of Ryan White, and the Jimmy Logano Racing 28 of Billy Lovejoy. Jimmy Logano's team has secured a win with Joey Johnson, so Billy Lovejoy does not want to be outperformed. He would love to get up front and fight for some wins this year too. No, that's got to be way too early as a pit stop. Engine damage for the 95 machine of Sebastian Galloway Jr. from the lead. They're going to have to do some work on that 95, it seems. Game crashed. Dang it. Well, you're in luck. That mechanical failure has been erased because the game decided to crash. I don't know why the game crashed, but basically a big tornado blew through, tore down all of the electric grid, and so we have to go find a new electric grid and reset this race. Weird mechanical failure that crashes the game. Sebastian Galloway Jr. had the fix, and we were 20 laps strong without a caution there. So we'll see if we can even make it 1 lap on this reset, the refresh, restart.
Favor, touch all your seatbelts, touch all your connections, touch your Hans. Just make sure you get everything.
Wild. Okay, so new pole setter, Snake Plissken. And outside front row, Sebastian Galloway Jr. Next row, you got Lefty Turner and Shy Turtle. Philip Purpura and Joey Johnson with Willow Blake starting 7th. Dude, if there's a lucky break award of the night, I feel like Sebastian Galloway Jr. just got it, because the game decided to crash right after he had a mechanical failure. So, well, I don't know. Maybe I need to check my computer and make sure Sebastian Galloway Jr. is not down there pressing buttons on the computer. I'm already sus. It's kind of sus that the game crashed and gave him a gift here, so no way to get it back now, unfortunately. 4 wide in the middle of turn 2 there. They better settle down or else they're going to wreck on lap 1. Shy Turtle falling way back. He's getting bumped into, it looks like. Terrible start for Shy Turtle here. 4 wide in the middle of turn 3 and turn 4. Shy Turtle is on the outside. They settle down, though, and he's going to be able to get back into the rhythm and start racing. But the game's crashing again. What the hell? So I was having internet problems before this race started tonight, and for whatever godforsaken reason, now I'm having frickin' NR2003 problems. This game never ceases to amaze me. Yeah, this race is already cursed. We haven't saved any cats here tonight. We're killing all the cats. And the name of the race is Save the Cats 250. Hopefully it doesn't mean we have to go through 9 lives of racing here tonight to get to the finish.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Well, guess who's on the pole? Sebastian Galloway Jr. on the pole for the 3rd running of tonight's race. outside front row, Krista Cower. And behind that, you've got Snake Plissken and the 99 machine of Shy Turtle. Joey Johnson and Santi Messi, with Willow Blake, Philip Purpura, Andrew Moger, and Lefty Turner, your top 10 starting here tonight. Okay, third time's the charm. I'm not going to jinx it. Knock on wood. Hopefully we can get back and rolling here. What's weird is we don't, well, I think I've figured out the culprit yet again. This NASCAR Cup Series 2022 mod has been problematic since day one. And we've had the most trouble with it crashing in the NCS 22 mod than any other mod I've ever touched. So Snake Plissken is going to lead lap 1 here tonight as Willow Blake on the inside moving up to second. Sebastian Galloway Jr. on the outside falling back just a little bit. Pole setter, but no lap led so far. Well, now it's officially, you got your top 3 or previous 3 winners this season. Joey Johnson, last race at Dover. The race before that was Willow Blake, and then even further before that was Snake Plissken in the 81. So top 3 drivers, all race winners this season. Sebastian Galloway Jr. has come close, but has not actually secured that win yet. Go. The 95's looking low on Willow, but no advance. Oh, thank you for letting me know. Easy fix. Well, after the game crashed as many times as it did, it was bound to do something like that. Okay, I got that fixed at least enough for now. Our caution counter is not there, unfortunately. But we'll keep count of it old school way. I'll just make sure to remember which caution we're on. Much appreciated, folks, for sticking through the technical difficulties there. As looks like we can get settled into we made it to lap 20, so if we can make it to lap 21, that would be a huge win here tonight already. Joey Johnson with the fastest lap. He sits in second at the moment. Willow goes low on the 82, looking to try and take second place away. Three wide for second place. Here comes Sebastian Galloway Jr. Willow Blake, both of them trying to get around the 82 of Joey Johnson. In the meanwhile, Snake Plissken enjoying everything he sees in his rear view mirror, as that's allowing him to try and edge the gap a little further out. Caution, first caution of the night comes here on lap number 8. Looks like it's the 35 of Cat Durham getting into the 85. That is Timothy Buchanan in the 85 machine. Looks like it might have just been 3 wide gone wrong, 2 wide gone wrong. Cat Durham gets up the track, no room to get any closer. Buchanan just gets sandwiched into the wall there. As they just dogpiled into the turn after that. Tim Morse, Jason So, they get collected. Very minimal damage, but still part of the caution. So, 1 caution in the books here tonight. Just hold on. You might think it's crashed right now, but I am working on something else to give us our tracker here. There we go. 1 yellow. That's what I need. This guy to turn into this guy. And I'm doing this with OBS right now. Not crashing. Just some minor hiccup fixes. There we go. We're good. Fastest lap, Lefty Turner. Leaving the racetrack back with the lead on pit stop. Snake Plissken over Joey Johnson, Lefty Turner. Shy Turtle jumps up to 4th. Andrew Moger 5th. Ralph Oberstadt, Campbell Marsh, and Willow Blake. Krista Cower and Sebastian Galloway Jr., I believe. That'll be your top 10. Oh, and a couple drivers decided to stay out. Philip Purpura stays out, as well as Cam Jordan. They'll take over the top 2 spots on a strategy move here. Green, white checkers are now enabled in case we need them here tonight. Okay, so now that maybe the shit show has kind of settled down a little bit, maybe we can get some racing in. Yeah, I could make something even more of like a Sigma style technical difficulties water screen instead of the advert screen. Maybe do a monkey holding a wrench, scratching its head. We'll let the pace car run its normal course here. I'm not going to try to drop the pace laps in fear of messing this race up any further. But it's going to be a different field once we go back to green. It's going to be Philip Purpura and Cam Jordan on old tires, followed by fresh tires, Snake Plissken, Joey Johnson, Lefty Turner, Shy Turtle, Andrew Moger, Ralph Oberstadt, Campbell Marsh, Willow Blake, Krista Cower, Sebastian Galloway Jr., Alan Malcolm, Alex Sanvital, Chase Kovacic, top 15 runs so far. Silent Amethyst, Santi Messi, Billy Lovejoy, Kyler Sestre, and Finley Herwig rounding out 20th. Then you've got Adam Starr, Sarah Taylor, Jack Davis, Jeffrey Gerald, Wow, the whole LFG Motorsports brigade. You got Jack Davis in the 17, Jeffrey Gerald in the 16, and Trevor Vaden in the 18. They stick together when they can if they're out there on track sometimes. You don't often see that, but tonight you do, as all three of them are nose to tail. Jonah Burridge, Ryan White, Cannon Gage, Ryan Little, Eli the Wolf in a very unique one-off run here, perhaps. Then you've got Tim Morse involved in that last wreck with Kat Durham as well. Jason So and Timothy Buchanan, 35th and final position on track. One mechanical failure, the 10 car. That is Justin Day2 with a piston failure here tonight. Drops out of the race. Oh shoot, yeah, I forgot the 15. Yes, thank you for that, Willow. She's overachieving the other three LFG Motorsports entries, as Silent Amethyst currently runs in 16th, and her three teammates run in 23rd, 24th, and 25th. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Correct. Thank you. Sometimes my brain doesn't brain right. Especially after all the technical difficulties. My brain is definitely not braining right after all of the shenanigans that we've been dealing with here tonight. Getting doubled up for the restart. The least they can do is not make a bad restart where they jump the pace car. We've seen that rear its ugly head here in the NR2003 simulations. But here we go, back and rolling here tonight. We'll see if these leaders are a sitting duck. And whether or not cautions breed cautions, we'll see. You know, often restarts are very frantic and crazy here at Fontana. The Outlaw Gang, top two at the moment. Philip Purpura and Snake Plissken. Cam Jordan looking with old tires even like he's going to put up a fight here with the leaders. That's Campbell Marsh eking in to the picture as well. Inside advantage, everyone fanning out. Joey Johnson up on the outside. This is a wreck waiting to happen. And it's going to be a whole bunch of cars wrecking. We got the big one here tonight with 3 race winners wound up in that wreck. Campbell Marsh, Joey Johnson, and Willow Blake. 3 of your winners this season. Although Willow Blake doesn't look like her car's too terribly tore up. Oh, wow. Shy Turtle. Wow, it's weird. Okay, okay. Sebastian Galloway Jr. is right there. And Willow did not know that Shy Turtle was right there, it seems. And I think she got lucky that she didn't get more damage. How bad was the damage for Shy Turtle? Yeah, he kind of got sandwiched into the wall as well. Hard rear end hit from the 27. Let's watch from Well, all of a sudden, a couple drivers stay out again. And now Ralph Oberstadt, the leader. Really does seem like minimal damage for the 95 of Sebastian Galloway Jr. as he's now up to second. Alan Malcolm in third. Finlay Herwig in fourth. Jeffrey Gerald in fifth. Timothy Buchanan from being wrecked at one point now in eighth. Sarah Taylor in ninth. Eli the Wolf in 10th. Santi Messi in 11th. Snake Plissken 12th. Chase Kovacic 13th. 14th Alex Sanvital. 15th Lefty Turner. Willow Blake, unfortunately, is going to have to drop all the way to the back. It seems like they may have did a little bit of work on her car on the pit stop there, but man, minimal. It doesn't look too terribly bent up. However, her teammate Shy Turtle, very rough for the wear. Rear bumper missing altogether. Campbell Marsh is going to continue on, and Joey Johnson, even with getting stuck up on top of the fence, rolling over, flipping upside down. They know what they're out there for. They're going to try to capitalize on maximizing points here tonight. Last thing they want to do is give up too many points from a bad night. And that's where your championships are won and lost, is on the nights that you have a rough one like tonight. So we'll see if they can salvage some points. But in the meantime, it is new leader Ralph Oberstadt in his fresh paint scheme, number 59 Cadillac for KBM. Cadillac has been very, very stout week in, week out right now. No retirements except for the number 10 of Justin Day2, who had a piston failure. The lights are off on the pace car, so we're going to doubled up right here and get rolling again tonight. Hopefully we can get some green flag laps rolling. As cautions breed cautions, that's what they always say. Doubled up for the restart. It's going to be Sebastian Galloway Jr. on the outside, Ralph Oberstadt on the inside. Pace car pulls off. Green flag on the restart, and we're rolling here again. Seabass on the outside gets around the 59 to the top spot. All of a sudden, Jeffrey Gerald in third place. Impressive. Haven't seen him that high up in the running order much at all lately. Top two drive away at the moment. Sebastian Galloway Jr. leading over the 59 of Ralph Oberstadt. Honestly, I feel like this goes to prove that these cars are a lot stouter. Oh, and they're wrecking again. See, why in the world? The game was not, we weren't getting wrecks at all during the first few runs of this race. And now we can't even get a green flag run rolling. LFG on LFG crime. It's the 18 of Trevor Vaden and the 17 of Jack Davis. Dude, I was really hoping for the first race here tonight to just stay green. And now we can't even go green. 3 cautions. I'm going to drop the pace lap twice because I want to get back to racing. This is getting ridiculous. Of course, folks are going to hit the shuffle button on strategy calls again, as it doesn't seem like anyone is on a solid strategy here tonight. Everyone just keeps changing their mind. And what's more wild to me is how none of the retirements are really rolling through here tonight, as everyone just keeps on rolling, keeps on chugging with all the damage and everything. Strategy call by Snake Plissken to stay out. Snake Plissken stays out with 28 of Billy Lovejoy. The 5 of Cannon Gage, so your top 3. 1, 2, 3. That might be it. All the drivers staying out here. It looks like 3 cars stay out, everyone else pitted. So everyone's pit stops are going to be kind of undermined here because the lights are off on the pace car. Better make it quick. Better make it frantic. Sebastian Galloway Jr. spending a little bit extra time on pit road there. Ouch, he's going to lose some very, very important ground on the racetrack there. Looks like everyone's going to rejoin just in time to get doubled up on the backstretch. Lefty Turner comes out 4th, Santi Messi 5th, Brian White 6th, Krista Cower 7th, Sarah Taylor 8th, Silent Amethyst 9th, and Jeffrey Gerald 10th. Followed by Kyler Sestre, Cam Jordan, Chase Kovacic, Shy Turtle. Sebastian Galloway Jr. seems to be having a bit of a disagreement with Willow Blake there for the position. You're going to get back green ASAP. Wow. From the lead all the way back, Ralph Oberstadt drops way out. And we're back and rolling here tonight. Snake Plissken, your leader. Billy Lovejoy on the outside. Snake Plissken kind of a sitting duck, it looks like, on the low side. Billy Lovejoy up front leading right now. They better get settled in, or else we might be calling this the Bridge to Arca series before long. Wow, Willow Blake's already climbed all the way up back to the top. Top 10, top 11. Come across the line in 11th there. Goes to show that her car is not damaged at all. She's going to be flying through the field here trying to get back up front where she was. Now these next gen cars are kind of next level crazy. I don't know how that 82 machine is still out there running. Flying into the fence, flipping over once, and he's just going to try to soldier along and get as many points as he can. Heck, he's not even the slowest car. 74 is slower than him even. He's making a pass on the 27, so maybe some illegal parts on that 82. I don't know. He's flying for a car that's been through Demolition Derby. Billy Lovejoy, Lefty Turner, Santi Messi, and Krista Cower, your top 5. Then you got Cannon Gage, Kyler Sestre, Chase Kovacic, Sarah Taylor, and Alex Sanvital, your top 10. 25 laps in, 100 laps to go. Man, Shy Turtle's still running with no back bumper. And he's actually caught up to Willow Blake as the two of them work together still. Lefty Turner in second to Snake Plissken at the moment. Shout out to Santi Messi moving into the top 3. Number 1 machine, Lefty Turner, gets there alongside Snake Plissken. Lefty Turner's definitely had the most consistent start to the season, as he is their points leader. He's just not been able to convert it over to wins quite yet. Kind of wild how this Bridge to Cup series tends to give us some more storylines on strategy calls. Dover was wild because we had drivers that decided to stay out on the last caution, and it was actually the drivers that had pitted on that last caution that had charged all the way up to the front to fight for the win. Joey Johnson was on newer tires, and so was Ralph Oberstadt, who bounced back for a top 3 finish, as well as the 95 of Sebastian Galloway Jr. So we're starting to see some more strategy shenanigans here tonight at Fontana, as it's been kind of a revolving door between the 3 cautions we've had so far of drivers deciding to stay out or pit. Just like that. One of those drivers that's very prominent with those strategy calls. Ralph Oberstadt started deep in the field on this last restart, and he's all the way bounced back up to 13th. Gets around the 95 there for position. Followed by some of his Cadillac stablemates. Willow Racing 99 of Shy Turtle, and the 67, his teammate of Willow Blake. We've got some action at the front of the field. Chase Kovacic starting to work his way to fight for the win here tonight. That number 44 for all Canadian racers. The Croatian Chase Kovacic still seeking that first career win. And there we've got the 1. Lefty Turner going for the lead here, and my internet crashed. Lefty Turner to the top spot. Second place now, Alex Sanvital. Alex Sanvital has tasted victory lane this year in the USA Trucks division for Trevor Venture's Toyota. And here he is with DXP competition Mazda for Cooper Dwight. Great opportunity for him to fight for wins this year, that 41. No stranger to victory lane with Cooper Dwight as the wheelman. In enters Alex Sanvital, a very, very solid driver in his own. Still 93 laps of racing to go here tonight. Is a long way to go. You do gotta wonder, some of the drivers kind of hanging out in the back, maybe they're just waiting it out. waiting for their opportunity to move back up front. But in the meanwhile, it's Lefty Turner leading lap. If we look at the lap leaderboard, currently led most laps belongs to Snake Plissken in the 81 machine. And really the only one close to that is Philip Purpura at 5, so no real competition yet for led most laps when you're looking at Snake Plissken, who's led the most so far. Still very much up for grabs. It's still early. 90 laps, a lot of laps that can be led by other drivers to knock Snake Plissken down a notch. Got 3 wide almost. That's the 59 of Ralph Overstat, taking over 6th place. Sebastian Galloway Jr. 8th place, and in the midst there, Chase Kovacic running in 7th. Now we've settled into our follow the leader stretch that the first race had on the first green flag. Had a couple of weird cautions here tonight that have really disturbed the race flow here. 10 laps under yellow with those 3 cautions. But now swap for the lead. Alex Sanvital looks low on the number 1 machine. Lefty Turner is going to fight back on the outside, but not for long. That 41's got behind to start closing that gap a little bit more. 41's not going to let that door close too quickly, but the 1 does slide in front of him. Now Ralph Overstat peeking on the inside of Snake Plissken. Wow, that's actually really crazy. Shy Turtle on pace is outperforming Willow Blake with the noticeably less damaged 67 machine. The 99, no rear end, so what? He's holding the top 15 position, and who knows how well he can continue on here for the rest of the night. Alex Sanvital thought that he could get the lead, but unfortunately did not. Here comes Ralph Overstat, looking low on Snake Plissken. Side by side through turn 3, and now turn 4, he's going to have a chance to close the door on the 81 here. Carries the momentum. He's got the position. Had the advantageous inside line, but the 31 of Philip Purpura shows up out of nowhere to take it away from him. But he's able to settle in front of Philip Purpura now. So 3rd place now belongs to Ralph Overstat. So I'm going to go ahead and DQ drivers here tonight, just so we don't have any more shenanigans. Unfortunately, number 27 is going to be sent home tonight for not meeting moderate race pace. 74 definitely way off the pace. Nearly 3 seconds off the fast pace there in the Volkswagen. It'll be a little while longer before we DQ these two. They're actually only about 2 seconds off the pace, even 1 second off the pace. So the 82, we'll try to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's going to try to soldier on for as many points here tonight. That 55 could be subject to disqualification if he doesn't at least meet adequate race pace. Campbell Marsh was involved in that wreck, and he's unfortunately struggling with 30th at the moment. Timothy Buchanan, Trevor Vaden, Kat Durham, and then Eli the Wolf in 26th. 25th, it's Jack Davis. 24th, it's Finley Herwig. And then you've got Silent Amethyst, Jeffrey Gerald, Sarah Taylor. Now your top 20 looks a little bit like this. You got Tim Morse, Ryan White, Ryan Little, Cam Jordan, and Alan Malcolm. Your top 15 belongs to Willow Blake, Billy Lovejoy, Shy Turtle, Cannon Gage, Jonah Burridge. And your top 10 belongs to Kyler Sestre, Krista Cower, Santi Messi, Sebastian Galloway Jr., Chase Kovacic. Top 5 as they run, Snake Plissken and his Outlaw Gang comrade, Philip Purpura, right ahead of him. Ralph Oberstadt, Alex Sanvital, and Lefty Turner. Fastest lap in the race belongs to your race leader, Lefty Turner. Philip Purpura looking to try and get back up to third here. Well, we'll go ahead and give Joey Johnson the benefit of the doubt, but hopefully it does not cause a commotion with our leaders here. Lefty Turner leads over Alex Sanvital and Ralph Oberstadt. Quick work of the lap traffic. The one, Lefty Turner goes around the 82. This has actually kind of slowed up the pace of the one. It looks like 41 closing in. See if everyone else gets around lap traffic pretty easily here. Still 74 laps to go here tonight. Willow Blake under attack for 15th place is Alan Malcolm, and 16th is right there alongside of her. See, what's wild about this race is if we get any late race cautions, we might as well just focus on track position. If you can get off that alternate strategy where you can stay out and everyone else pits, you never know what could pan out here tonight. You might have a slow car, but all you need is to get up front with about 5 laps to go. No, the 41 suffers a mechanical failure from 3rd place. A faulty fuel system failure on the 41 machine. Wow. What a weird break there for the 41. He's going to stall on the backstretch. Complete stop. The game will call the tow truck on the 41. And the race stays green. Everyone else from 3rd on back moves up 1 spot here tonight. Philip Purpura up to 3rd. Chase Kovacic up to 4th and Santi Messi up to 5th. Thank goodness they sat on their caution stick there to throw no yellow for that fuel failure on the number 41 machine. You gotta wonder for Ralph Oberstadt, fresh slick paint on that 59 machine, maybe benefits for a little bit extra speed out of the stables here tonight. Looking good as he's trying to jump to the top spot. He's gonna give the number 1 of Lefty Turner a shot at the lead here. Ralph Oberstadt's gonna drag race with him down the front stretch. Ralph leads that lap over Lefty Turner. And he's got the momentum. He's carrying it into turn 1. He's going to have the lead now. Takes it away from Lefty Turner here on lap 56. Like I was saying, maybe that fresh paint good enough for some extra horsepower on the 59 machine here tonight. Good run so far. Philip Purpura in 3rd, Chase Kovacic in 4th, and then Santi Messi 5th. Not too much further back, you got the 95 of Sebastian Galloway Jr. Wow, Joey Johnson is about to go another lap down. He must have made a pit stop. We'll actually go ahead and... man, that sucks, because he just... try to get him off strategy, off filter with our leaders so that he doesn't hold him up again here. Go ahead and give him the black flag. So it's down to about a 5-car fight right now. Pit stops underway, it looks like. Maybe, maybe not. Thought we were going to have some takers there for green flag pit stops. There we go, first round of green flag pit stops here tonight. Made it long enough in the run to actually see some of them. Stretching it a little bit longer, you're going to have Philip Purpura and the 95 of Sebastian Galloway Jr. on the overcut strategy. Looks like Sebastian pitting this time, but it's going to be Philip Purpura stretching it a little bit longer. Looks like it should shake around to being your leader here with Snake Plissken, perhaps. Stellar pit stop for Snake Plissken, evidently, to get up front here. Yep, there you have it. Snake Plissken, your leader. Followed by 3 wide for second. Lefty Turner, Chase Kovacic, and Ralph Oberstadt. Oberstadt falls back to 4th. 5th place, Santi Messi. 6th place, Kyler Sestre. 7th place, Sebastian Galloway Jr. 8th, 9th, and 10th. What in the world? Shy Turtle's still running solid with the damage on that number 99 machine. Just like a turtle without his shell, he's running really fast here tonight. Halfway through, 63 laps in, 62 laps left to go. We had 1 round of green flag pit stops, and we'll see how the rest of this race pans out. If we can get as many green flag stops here tonight without too many more cautions to slow down the pace. Could be back in line for trying to finish this thing up a little bit quicker than what it looked like. For Eli the Wolf, this may actually feel, you might actually feel this race win here tonight if that 44 of Chase Kovacic were able to find some way to victory lane. I mean, it's not, you know, not over yet. There's a lot that can happen. A lot's going to have to unfold here for that 44 to go to victory lane. But over the last week, with the turmoil and letdowns, everything that did not go his way, losing one of his drivers with Shy Turtle defecting, I guess, or yeah, you could say that because he had a contract here with the team. So technically it is defecting from the team that you had signed a contract to. Right, wrong, or indifferent, Shy Turtle looks like he's off to better and bigger things. Still has a good run going here tonight, even with some severe damage on the 99 machine. But left with a husk of what was formerly All Canadian Racers. They lost the Canadian Racer, so it's kind of hard to call yourselves the All Canadian Racers without a Canadian driver in the seat. But they still have Chase Kovacic from Croatia here, racing for the team, fighting for a good position here tonight, running in third. Would probably feel like a great weight off of Eli's shoulders if the team could rise up to the hardships that they faced this past week. Snake Plissken leads right now over Lefty Turner. Creeping into the picture, that's going to be Eli the Wolf in the 00 machine, which used to be Shy Turtle's ride. And by golly, is that thing a slouch. We have not seen it turn very fast laps in the first 5 races of the year. Eli the Wolf, the team owner, even jumps in the 00 machine, and he's still struggling to get that thing around the racetrack here tonight. It's kind of like they should have maybe did some research. Let's get the 00 on the same level as the 44. Chase Kovacic light years better than the team owner here tonight. And they're going to put him a lap down. Shy Turtle dodged a bullet maybe. I don't know. We'll see. A little bit of help from the team owner there. Eli gets the 44 up to second, it looks like, on a bit of a block there. Lefty Turner is going to fight back on the high side and keep that position. Ralph Overstat in fourth. 5th place, Santi Messi. 6th place, Sebastian Galloway Jr. 7th, it is Kyler Sestre. 8th, Jonah Burridge. 9th, Philip Purpura. 10th, Cannon Gage. And 11th, Shy Turtle. Krista Cower, Cam Jordan, Billy Lovejoy, and Alan Malcolm with Willow Blake in 16th. Ryan White, Silent Amethyst, Tim Morrison, Ryan Little, Jeffrey Gerald, and Finley Herwig. Sarah Taylor, and then Joey Johnson, multiple laps down now. Jack Davis in 24th. 25th, it's Trevor Vaden. Kat Durham, Timothy Buchanan, Campbell Marsh, Sam Vital, a couple laps down as well. And your leader's closing in on him. Chase Kovacic in the Pizza Camaro for All Canadian Racers, trying to move up to second. But Lefty Turner for Trackhouse B, keeping that position away from the 44. With lap traffic ahead, we'll see if Snake Plissken can maintain this lead, or if he's going to have trouble navigating the thick waters ahead of him. There's about 4 wide, 3 wide, 2 wide. He's going to have to deal with here in short order. And in the Save the Cats 250 here tonight from Fontana, we're already 74 laps in with 50 laps to go. We're getting into the last 100 miles of the race here tonight. Three wide, 2 wide, and your leaders with nowhere to go at the moment. This is going to be a test for your leaders. Navigate the lap traffic without causing a wreck. Lefty Turner follows in line with Snake Plissken. Plissken makes it 3 wide on the low side. There he goes, 3 wide on the low side, still cruising through the traffic. Not gonna phase him one bit. As your top 3 now cruise through the lap traffic. That's actually gonna separate them from Ralph Oberstadt in 4th. Ralph joined at the wrong time to get with the leaders through the lap traffic. Just a little bit too late. He's gonna have his work cut out for him. Well, at this point, some folks may be wishing for a caution to help things get stacked back up. Realistically, though, you'd probably want to see that caution with about 35 laps to go. It'll get you a little bit closer to that fuel window for the last push to the finish. As it would sit right now, it's still a 2-stopper race if they pitted right now. Most laps led here tonight looking a little bit like this. Snake Plissken at 32. Lefty Turner at 24. Ralph Oberstadt with 7. And Philip Purpura with 8. Working through some more of the lap traffic here. Snake Plissken holding a steady wheel at the front for Al Bunch Incorporated. Still navigating through the lap traffic here. Not a whole lot of drama with your leaders as they continue to still run 1, 2, 3 as they've been running for the last stint of this race. Lefty Turner with a good run, catching up to the back bumper of the 81. Maybe a potential lead swap looming here. That one's got a good run, good momentum. 85 still holding solid though. Lefty Turner has turned to the fastest lap here tonight. He's running in second, of course. And here he is sticking that nose down on the inside of the 81. Snake Plissken maintains his lead, but as long as they get side by side, that's only going to help accordion everything else together here at the front. Just like that, the 44 of Chase Kovacic back in the mix. On the outside now for the 44 of Kovacic. Well, at this point, the rest of the field is still desperately hoping for a caution perhaps here tonight to get back into it. It's far from over with 40 laps to go, but things do look a little bit more and more bleak as the laps tick away. Kind of a reminder here for the rest of the week, folks. Obviously, I'll be off tomorrow night with my iRacing broadcast, so that's why we're doing the Bridge to Cup here tonight on Tuesday. Bridge to Cup going forward could be moved to Fridays perhaps, because that's kind of my wiggle room for extra broadcasts if I can't get them in on the planned schedule of Monday through Thursday. So just fair warning, kind of Bridge to Cup is going to be the puzzle piece that moves around a little bit. Could be on Tuesdays, part of a doubleheader with ARCA like it was here tonight, or Fridays on a night of its own. I know some folks might actually like the Friday night Sigma racing, as if you're working 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. Friday night's going to be the night you can kind of sit back and snack, chow, whatever. Drink your beverages and have fun. But for Tuesday it's not as fun, I get, for those that do work. So try not to compete with NASCAR's schedule. Obviously Friday is kind of the trucks in NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, but we'll see. We'll just try to make it work the best we can with my my new obligation for iRacing going forward here for the next 3 months. Should be in for at least one more round of green flag pit stops if we don't see any more cautions here tonight. And that could be a very pivotal last pit stop here tonight to get you to the finish. It's going to be all about making the right moves to get the track position, to get up front. As we've seen here for Snake Plissken, it was huge to get that track position, to get the lead. He's been able to hold off Lefty Turner this whole time just on track position. Sheer location on the racetrack has allowed him to maintain the lead. And ooh, Lefty Turner pitting with 37 laps to go. So for him, this is like pushing it on that window, I think. Let's look back at his last pit stop. He's pit now on lap 88. He was on pit road last time on lap 59. That's 29 laps. There's no way he can make it to the finish here tonight without one more pit stop in the final 6 laps. So, and that honestly gives kind of a red flag for anyone else that may or may not be able to make it to the finish here tonight. You got to get to that 30 lap window. But there you have it. It was engine damage for the number 1 machine. They're having to look under the hood. They're running a little too hot, a little too strong. And after that mechanical failure, it actually dropped Chase Kovacic a little bit further back, losing some ground to Snake Plissken. No one else is pitted yet. Everyone else still staying out as long as they can here. But the lap times are greatly diminished here as they're about a full second off the pace from their fast lap. Fastest car, Blues, yet again. It seems like when we have the fast car out there, they seem to have mechanical failures. They typically have those machines souped up a little too hot. And for Lefty Turner, an engine woe, a blown header. Mechanical failure for your points leader here tonight. Your points lead is up for grabs. And I think drivers like Willow Blake or even Ralph Oberstadt could be moving to the top of the leaderboard after tonight. Don't forget about Sebastian Galloway Jr., who has been solid every week so far this year. He could be the new points leader after tonight. Or even Snake Plissken, if this is converted over to his second win of the season. He might be up there, top of the leaderboard as well. So a lot that can happen here with the mechanical failure for Lefty Turner, dropping him out of the race here tonight. Through the field, let's go ahead and check them all out. You got Jonah Burge running in 3rd, Ralph Oberstadt in 4th. 5th place, Sebastian Galloway Jr. 6th place, Philip Purpura. And from the lead, Snake Plissken is pitting. That revolves the lead over to Chase Kovacic. Meanwhile, through the field some more, it looks like 6th place, a long ways back, Kyler Sustre. 7th place, Cannon Gage. 8th place, Shy Turtle. Willow Blake fighting for a top 10 as she's right there in 11th. Snake Plissken now leaving pit road. But at the moment, it's Chase Kovacic leading the way with 30 laps to go. This last pit stop will get you to the finish on fuel, it seems. But it's all about making that last pit stop at the right time. And for Snake Plissken, taking the undercut is huge here, as that could put him ahead of everyone once they do decide to pit. The one thing for Kovacic does not want to see is a caution, as that would trap him out quite a ways once everyone else pits. Honestly, though, it might be the worst case scenario for Snake Plissken at this point, because he would stay out and everyone else would pit, so I don't know. You got Santi Messi right there ahead of him in 27th, multiple laps down. Wonder what happened to the 84 of Santi Messi. Excuse me. Another engine fritz. The 84 had engine damage. Engine damage is the name of the game this week. It looks like the 68 of Finley Herwig, the 1 of Lefty Turner, the 84 of Santi Messi. those are all foreign, well, except for the Chevrolet of Lefty Turner. But the BMW had some engine troubles, and the Hyundai had some engine troubles. Some more takers down pit road. Willow Blake, it looks like, is pitting. Up to second, it is Jonah Burridge. Third place, Philip Purpura. Fourth place, Sebastian Galloway Jr. and Ralph Oberstadt in fifth. The longer your leaders stretch this race out, the easier it'll be for a quicker gas entry exit to pit road. Still going to have to go for 4 tires, though, so it's not going to make your pit stop any quicker. But you can maybe get away with putting just a little bit less gas in the tank and getting out of that pit stall a little bit faster. Staying out a little bit longer, the 40 of Jonah Burridge claims the lead here, with Sebastian Galloway Jr. now up to second. These drivers really pushing the overcut strategy here tonight, trying to stay out as long as they can. A couple drivers on the radio are claiming and exclaiming, yelling even at Sigma officials to look at the racetrack. All the engine failures, all the debris, basically oil slick out there on the racetrack, like you're playing Mario Kart. Sigma officials have not deemed it necessarily safety worthy, as the drivers keep racing around, that oil kind of cleaning itself up at the moment, but they're keeping their eye on it, at least for the time being. It's kind of funny when the drivers are exclaiming louder than the officials sometimes. If you're at a racetrack that's cloudy and you can feel the rain coming, usually the driver's the first one to spot it. And they'll be very meticulous at trying to get the officials to follow suit. Sometimes the officials have a broader scope on things, but you know, you're the driver, you're in the seat. You figure the drivers probably know best, right? 23 laps to go. You got Philip Purpura leading here over Sebastian Galloway Jr. They're taking the extreme overcut here. Sebastian's going to pit now with Purpura still staying out. This could be a death trap. There's no way this is actually going to work for a win. That 31 staying out just a little bit longer is going to be a death sentence. Already there, you got Snake Plissken. Second place, Chase Kovacic. Going to be hard to tell, but maybe third place, Ralph Oberstadt. We still got to wait till everyone shakes out, but Ralph's going to beat the 40 of Jonah Burridge. Snake Plissken's going to have to hope. The 95 with the first pit stall. He's taking a sweet time. It's going to take a little longer here than expected. Gets the 4 tires. Snake Plissken's already out-hauled him here. So for Sebastian Galloway Jr., he's going to have to hope that 22 laps is enough for these fresh tires to actually make a difference. If we get a late race caution, maybe it's going to be his saving grace to have those fresh tires for a late race restart that could push him to a victory. Keeping an eye on any more mechanical failures here. It's going to take a minute for all the pit stops to shuffle out. But it should be Snake Plissken, your leader here. Dang, a gearbox failure for the 68 of Finley Herwig too. So 29 cars left running. And quite a few mechanical failures here tonight. I don't know if my mic is muting as it should because I had to sneeze there, and I don't know if the sneeze came through. My mic showed that it was sending input, so hopefully my sneeze didn't get caught on the mic. Well, now we've got a battle to keep an eye on here. We'll keep the deficits up here, the deltas, the time from the lead to second. Okay, it did come through the mic. I apologize. I even pressed the mute button, and my mute button has been like 50-50 on if it works or not. Kind of wonder if the cat has eaten at the cord a little too much and has damaged. Whoa, that was weird. Hopefully I'm just tweaking on the mic, see if I can fix it. But anyways, look at Chase Kovacic maybe trying to close that gap down. Gained about a quarter of a second there on Snake Plissken. Well, impressively enough, Shy Turtle still with a top 10 run here tonight. That car is on steroids, it seems, because it is not letting go. Not losing the ghost. It's fighting for every spot on track here tonight. Willow Blake's going to soldier on for a top 15. It looks like perhaps even a top 10. But holy cow, Shy Turtle, man, is putting on a stellar performance with a greatly diminished car. Sebastian Galloway Jr. in 5th. 4th place, Jonah Burridge. 3rd place, Ralph Oberstadt. And this battle up front could start teeter-tottering either way, as lap traffic is kind of factoring in just a little bit here. Chase Kovacic can try to close that gap down on Snake Plissken. Snake running just a little bit slower to 2nd place, Kovacic. Where is the 44? Oh, I was looking at the 44. I got kind of snowblind there. I thought I was looking at the 81. Lap traffic could help or hinder Kovacic in his adventure here tonight to try and fight for the win. Down under a second now. Kovacic still closing that gap little by little. Now down to 3/4 of a second with 15 laps to go. Is Snake Plissken going to hold on for dear life, or is Chase Kovacic going to rebound for a very emotional win here tonight? Man, if Eli the Wolf is watching this race, man, I mean, obviously he's out on the racetrack, so he's got to be watching it somehow. But if he's listening in on the spotters, well, and there he is, he's factoring into it right there. Right there as he's going another lap down, he could help or hinder. And you wouldn't want to hinder this. This could be a win for the team. Shy Turtle was driving that 00 car last week, but now it's Eli the Wolf trying to keep this team held together with super glue. And with super glue, that team is hanging on by a thread. The 44 of Chase Kovacic looking to try and secure all Canadian racers' first ever win in Sigma Bridge to Cup competition. It's going to be the tallest order to fulfill. Snake Plissken is no slouch when it comes to passing or fighting for the win. Honestly, it's like trying to race around the Intimidator. The outlaw, as he is here in Sigma Racing. one of the toughest drivers you want to ever go toe-to-toe with. And Chase Kovacic may or may not have an opportunity here to prove his mettle, to prove his strength in a field full of talent. And he's right there. You can see him. It's going to get interesting here with 12 laps to go. Will Kovacic have a shot? It seems like taking the undercut strategy for the 81 of Snake Plissken has left him with older tires, running around just barely hanging on to the rubber bands that race him around the track. But Kovacic, with a few laps newer tires, he's able to actually close that gap. When will the good fall off? When will Kovacic's advantage disappear? Is Plissken gonna just meticulously work his way to another victory here tonight? Or can Kovacic stun the whole field? Willow was trying to recruit the 44 driver here as well. Willow had the driver from Croatia on her team in ARCA at one point. And so it might be kind of a bittersweet situation here if Kovacic does get the win. She'd be happy that the driver that once raced for her gets a win, while at the expense winning for a team owner that they don't often see eye to eye with all the time. But here we go. 10 laps to go. The final push. Alex Sanvital looking. Lap car could factor in a little bit here as well. Sanvital is going to kind of cock block the 44 there at the moment. That's rough. Lap traffic's really mixing it up here tonight. Wow, and the 41's going to go around the 81 of Snake Plissken. All bets are off at this point. That's going to open the door for Kovacic. He took a turn getting hosed there by the 41, and now it's going to use the 41's opportunity to his advantage. There we go, the 44 Kovacic side by side with the Outlaw. Snake Plissken through turns 3 and 4. And Kovacic is going to lead with 8 laps to go. What a wild turn of events here tonight, folks. Did not have this one on the bingo card by any means. All Canadian racers, minus their Canadian driver now. It's a matter of time before they find someone else fitting for that 00 seat. But Eli will continue to hold that seat down until they can find a valid candidate to fill the seat. This may help add some validity to the team if they get a win. They could prove that all those the dreams and statements that they've been building up weren't just hot air, that they actually do have a program underneath of them capable of putting in winning performances. But still, it's going to be a tall order to fulfill. You just saw it there. Snake Plissken did not let Kovacic keep that lead for long. The toughest of adversaries, and Kovacic is going to have to really dissect this one lap to lap for the last 6 laps of the race. Looks like the race trying to stay green here. No cautions to really reset it. Kovacic trying again. You don't want to pass too early and put yourself behind the 8 ball. Doesn't seem like he's got the run on the straightaways. Give that to Plissken. But whatever the 44 is doing through the corners, that's giving him the advantage to try and fight for this win. 5 laps to go. This backstretch is definitely Kovacic's strong suit. He gets a good run on the backstretch, carries it into turns 3 and 4. But Pliskin down the front stretch, much stronger. And if you want to have a car capable of winning the race, you definitely want that front stretch ability. And the 81 is going to fall back to second here, giving Kovacic the lead. Kovacic really needs to close the door here and keep that 81 at bay. 81 around the outside, looks like maybe losing some more ground. Give Kovacic a solid, sturdy cushion to lay on for now. Leads with 4 laps to go. Lap traffic is not making this easy. Sarah Taylor, lap car there. She pushes the 44 outside. Snake Pliskin still hoping this lap traffic really gives him a shot to get back into it. Third place, Sebastian Galloway Jr. Fourth place, Philip Purpura. Fifth place, Jonah Burridge. We're not really doing through the field as we're going to stay up front here for the finish of the race. Sixth place, Ralph Overstat. Seventh place, Billy Lovejoy. Points lead is definitely going to be interesting after this one is settled. Cannon Gage in 8th, Shy Turtle in 9th, and 10th place belongs to Kyler Sustre. Willow Blake looks like she'll be able to soldier on for a top 15 with an 11th place run there. Well, how about this, folks? Chase Kovacic has a big advantage here with 3 laps to go. The 81 losing some more ground with lap traffic between the two of them. 8's going to slow the pace down a little bit more. Very slow is the 8 car here. Campbell Marsh. And maybe some team tactics factoring in there. The 8 knows that the 81 is in a position to win this race. So Campbell Marsh making this one hell of a race for the 44. And team tactics kind of factored in there, but the 81 with nowhere to go, lap traffic, even with his teammate there, did not work out as planned. This time by, you'll see the white flag waving, 1 lap to go. Chase Kovacic against all odds for all Canadian racers and Eli the Wolf. Did not have much of a race here to prove a win. He's only led the last 10 laps pretty much. And here he is on the white flag rolling around Fontana here tonight in Save the Cats 250. Might be able to close it down. Chase Kovacic now rolling through turn 3. And he's going to come out of turn 4 with a clear view of the checkered flag in hand. Eli the Wolf and all Canadian racers, they're going to party hardy tonight as Chase Kovacic settles it here tonight in Fontana, celebrating his first career Sigma win. That is a tremendous feel-good win on the season already. And I don't care about how hard this race was to get in here tonight. 3rd time's the charm. Game crashed twice on me. 3rd time, we got it in. And we got the win. Chase Kovacic gets to celebrate his first ever career Sigma race win of any kind. And we will save this ASAP here so we don't end up losing anything. I don't know if the lap traffic's still out there running. Well, just in case, here is the finishing order on the broadcast here. 35 cars, only 29 finished the race. Okay, everyone's down pit road now, so race 6 in the books for Bridge to Cup Racing. And it was a long night of streaming here, folks, but glad you could tune in and catch the finish of this one. It was definitely worth the wait, worth the technical difficulties, and your points leader out of the race. So we're going to have a new points leader once those points get tallied up. This could be a Bridge to Cup season for the record books. I'm excited to see how the rest of this season plays out because it's very much up in the air from week to week with the mechanical failures, the chaos, the carnage, the craziness. This is what Bridge to Cup is meant to be. Full of drama and great racing. The combination of the both of those makes for some excitement, and for those of you that tune in and week out, get to celebrate a treat when we get these races in. So the Pizza car gets to celebrate in victory lane tonight for Eli the Wolf and all Canadian racers. So, congratulations to everyone on a solid race here from Fontana. Definitely some wild factors. I mean, the fact that Shy Turtle, with the damage on that car, was still able to muster a top 10 just goes to show you how strong those Cadillacs are. If you're in a Cadillac in the Bridge to Cup Series, you're probably going to be in the championship fight all season long. Just no way around that. So, obviously, Cup races coming up Thursday night, Friday night. After my iRacing stream, I'll go ahead and do the Sprint Qualifier on Twitch on Wednesday night for the Thursday night Cup race. And then Thursday night after that Cup race, we'll do the Sprint Qualifier for Friday night's race and get things rolling. So, congratulations yet again to Chase Kovacic, one of the regulars on the server for quite some time. It's good to see the good guys get a win. He hasn't yet won until tonight. So now he can say officially that he is a Sigma race winner in the series. And that's something that will never get taken away from him. And so I bid y'all farewell for tonight. Have a great night. Stay safe out there. Thanks again for tuning in. Hopefully we'll catch you on the next one. This is Jakester signing out.